Thank you very much. When it's Tuesday, it's the Raw Leadership Talk. It's 8 p.m. East African time. My name is Dan Mugera. I'm your coach. I'm your speaker. And I'm glad that you're here. Whether you're tuning in from YouTube, you're tuning in on Facebook or on our page of the Africa Center for Public Speaking, I'm so glad that you could make it today, even as we continue with the last part of steps to goal setting. Where are you tuning in from? I'll be glad to hear from you. Even as we listen to Handel Messiah, let's warm up and get ready for the topic of the day. Let me know through your comment where you're tuning in from. Where are you watching me from? Glad to have you, glad to have you. This is the second Raw Leadership Talk of 2021. And I believe it's going to be a great year as we learn together. So where are you tuning in from? Talk to me. Talk to me. Thank you. So last week we began the topic steps to goal setting, and we looked at 3 different steps that you can use to goal setting. The first step that we looked was focus your thinking. Focus your thinking. If you're going to plan very well, if you're going to set goals in the right way, then you need to focus your thinking. But also we looked at that you need to develop a written plan for achieving each goal and a deadline for attainment of each. So you need to develop a written plan for achieving each goal and a deadline for each. But I also spoke about have a burning desire. Have a burning desire. In other words, desire to go through your goals and achieve them. Have a burning desire that you are going to achieve your goals. And I said there's so many people who set out to do great things in life, or they have great ambitions in life, and sometimes they focus their thinking and they even write down what they want to achieve. But one of the things that lacks is they do not have a burning desire. They do not have a burning desire. And that hinders them, especially when they encounter trouble, when they encounter challenges of life. It becomes difficult for them to really keep moving to achieve their goals. So today I want to continue and complete this particular series on steps to goal setting. That will allow us a platform to begin on another topic next week. But step four is step number 4 that you can put into action is continue to develop an unshakable confidence. Continue to develop an unshakable confidence. You need to develop an unshakable confidence if you're going to achieve your goals. George S. Patton says wars may be fought with weapons, but they are won by men. It is the spirit of the men who follow and of the man who leads that gains the victory. That tells you then that you need to continue to develop an unshakable confidence. There will be a lot of things in life that will try to shake your confidence. I can assure you that. It could be something that you can't do very well, and people will say you're not meant for this, you can't do it very well. It could be something that you try to do and you fail. Or sometimes you wake up early in the morning and you do not have the energy to pursue your dreams, to pursue the goal that you want to achieve. You may encounter with 1, 2, 3 different challenges that may make you faint. But look, if you continue to develop an unshakable confidence, somehow nature has a way of giving way. Putting God first in leading yourself into the reality of destiny will move you to that place that you want to see, the place of achieving your goal. You know, sometimes you need to sail with the wind, and sometimes against the wind. But sailing, we must. When you decide to sail, sometimes you will sail with the wind, but sometimes you will sail against the wind. But you don't stop sailing simply because the wind is against you or you are against the wind. You don't need to stop sailing because there's some boisterous wind or storm that is affecting you from moving towards the direction that you want to go. Let me tell you this, it is Conrad Hilton who echoed that success seems to be connected with action. The successful people keep moving. They make mistakes, but they don't quit. Successful people keep moving. They make mistakes, but you know what? They keep moving. They fail forward. They fail forward. That means they hit the failure, they recognize they have failed, but they don't allow the failure to stop them. But they keep moving forward into the next level. And I love what Martin Luther King Jr. said. He says, time is always right to do the right thing. And when you purpose to do the right thing, which is achieving your goal, believe me, you will be able to achieve your goal. You will be able to achieve your goal. And step 5 is take action and follow through on your plan regardless of obstacle, criticism, and circumstances. There's nobody who has really given themselves to do great things in life that they didn't face obstacles, they didn't face criticism, and circumstances that were not for them. Let me tell you that. You may have wonderful goals written on paper, but look, the real goal is when you begin to move towards fulfilling those particular goals. And so, I will tell you that you need to take action and follow through on your plan, regardless of obstacle, criticism, and even circumstances. I know some of you, obstacles make you faint. I know some of you, criticism demolish the morale within you. But you've got to develop a thick skin and begin to move towards your destiny. Circumstances may not favor you, but I can assure you, as long as you are passionate about what you are doing, life will give way. And I talked about last time, you need to punch life with the best punch until it gives way so that you can move towards your destiny. So what do you need to do then? If you're going to take action and follow through on your plan, regardless of obstacle, criticism, and circumstances, you need to utilize sustained effort, controlled attention, and concentrated energy. Now, these 3 things are very, very powerful, guys. You need to utilize sustained efforts. So sustain your effort on a given direction. This is where I want to move. This is the goal that I want to achieve. Sustain your effort into that. Regardless of criticism, obstacles, and circumstances that be. And then controlled attention. Why? Because there are a lot of things that are competing for your attention. And they could distract you from the reality of your destiny, from where you want to go, from your goals. So controlled attention And then concentrate your energy in the direction of your goal. Concentrate your energy in the direction of your goal. Why? Because sometimes you might wake up and it's not really a good day, and you may feel like even the little energy that you have cannot be able to enable you concentrate on that particular goal that you want to achieve. Concentrate your energy. So I say, utilize sustained effort, controlled attention, and concentrated energy. Concentrated energy. Utilize sustained effort, controlled attention, and concentrated energy. But let me tell you this in capital letters: don't give up the fight. Don't give up the fight. It is Bob Marley who sang and said, don't give up the fight. Irrespective of the challenges that be, and there could be many this year, don't give up the fight. Challenge your challenges, doubt your doubts, and move yourself to the reality of destiny. Challenge your challenges, doubt your doubts, and move to the mountaintop of success and significance. And you know, one of the things that you may also want to do, as far as this step 5 of taking action and follow through on your plan, regardless of obstacles, criticism, and circumstances, will be raising your excuse level. Raising your excuse level. Because most of the time we have so many excuses why we can't keep moving. We have so many excuses why we cannot be able to win, why we cannot achieve our goals. And we blame these excuses most of the time for not achieving what we want to achieve. So raising your excuse level will enable you to achieve what you want to achieve. If ifs and buts were chocolate and groundnuts, somebody said, we would have had a party. Because everybody talks about, I want to do this, but what about if? You know, that's the language that we use. Some people have more time working on excuses than they do in getting the task done. You give them a task to do, they have an excuse why it cannot be done. They have an if why this particular thing cannot be done. Now, you will hear people say things like, the task will take care of itself if I just ignore it long enough. Hey, come on. It's not going to take care of itself. And you and me know this. So if you don't know where to begin, believe me, the task is not going to take care of itself. You need to find out how to begin. The assignment is overwhelming. If you keep saying the assignment is overwhelming, that just robs you of energy to keep moving. It doesn't help you to progress in the right direction. And let me tell you this. Some excuses you will hear are things like, I am too tired to do this. I've tried, it does not work. There's a good program on TV tonight. I've tried all this before and it just won't work. So what do you need to do? Raise your excuse level, cut off those excuses, turn your excuses into uses. And you know what? When you turn your excuses into usefulness, you will do something meaningful with yourself to achieve your goal. I want you to purpose to stretch yourself this year like never before. Stretch yourself this year with what you want to see happening in your life like never before. I would want you to take risks that you have never taken before and test yourself and see whether you are capable of achieving your goal. So how to do it then? How to do it? Where do you start? Take a piece of paper and draw a line down the middle from top to bottom. Take a piece of paper. If you can right now, take a piece of paper and draw a line down the middle from top to bottom. On the left, right, okay? On the left, write down the excuses you find yourself using most often or what comes to mind as you think about each goal. So think about your goal, but write down the excuses on the left, or the excuses that could come or comes to your mind, or the excuses that you often use. Write them down. And then on the right, write down ways you will use to overcome each of these excuses with a specific action. So on the right, write down ways you will use to overcome each of these excuses with a specific action. And then compare the excuses and the ways in which you're going to use to overcome your excuses. And then put yourself into action. Take the action. Take this step 5 and begin to push yourself towards destiny. Woodrow Wisdom says, some of us let this great dream die, but others nourish and protect them, nurse them through bad days till they bring them to sunshine and light, which always come. So in the middle of difficult circumstances and challenges, do not let your dream die. Nurse your dream, nourish your dream, protect your call, and keep moving towards the right direction. Do you know your gift and talent? Do you know exactly what's your purpose in life? Protect that, because there are a lot of people who will come up and say, I think you're not meant for this. I have seen you for the last 5 years and you have not made any significant movement, and you have no powerful results that we can even emulate. If you believe that is your cause, if you believe that is your call, don't listen to things that discourage you. Purpose to move ahead, purpose to move in the right direction. It is Dexter Yaga who said, don't let anyone steal your dream. You have goals, don't let anybody steal your dreams, steal your goals. Accept the challenges so that you may feel that acceleration of victory, as George Patton says. Accept the challenges, because sometimes challenges become stepping stone towards our destiny. If we only accept the challenges and anticipate problems in life, we will find creative ways on how to overcome these problems. We'll find creative ways on how to challenge this problem. Henry Guide says this, that one doesn't discover new lands without consenting to lose sight of the shore for a very long time. If you want to discover new scenario, new lands, new opportunities, you have to consent to lose sight of the shore, your comfort zone, things that you have already achieved, places that you have already been, and consent to lose sight of the shore for a very, very long time if you are going to achieve your dream, if you are going to achieve your goals. And number 6 is set a BAB, best acceptable bottom, for each of your goals. It's this January still, guys, and this is a wonderful teaching for you. Set a BAB, best acceptable bottom, for each of your goals, for each of your goals. Say to yourself, this is the very least I will do in this specific time frame. I like a friend of mine, who has been a long-time client. His name is Salem Lorot. Maybe even he could be watching this broadcast right now. And Salem Lorot is a lawyer. He's a legal counsel in the Parliament of Kenya. But Salem also runs a lot. He doesn't just jog. There's a difference between jogging and running. When you begin to hit 5 kilometers, 10 kilometers, 20 kilometers. This Saturday I saw him, he did 42 kilometers. Now, this is not a renowned athlete. He set goals and said, this month, I want to run 400 kilometers, or I want to run 350 kilometers. And so he begins to do it every day, and he knows that if I run for 15 kilometers or 20 kilometers or the 30 kilometers, I will be able to hit this particular number of kilometers at the end of the month. Now, you may say, oh, but I'm so busy, Set a BAB, best acceptable bottom. This is the very least I will do in this specific time frame. For example, I'm going to be reading 1 book every month. That is the least. I could read 2 sometimes. Like I've already finished my first book this year. I completed it by the 15th of this month, and I've already started my second book. But I have given myself my BAB, that the least I can do is one book every month. One book every month. So tell yourself, this is the least I can do within this time frame. This will motivate you to push yourself into the next level. Now, you can't start where someone else is. You can only start where you are right now. So where are you right now? Where are you right now? Start right there. Set a BAB, best acceptable bottom, for each of your goals and say, this is the least I would want to do as far as this particular goal is concerned. And some of you might need to set different goals. Some of them you might need to give yourself beyond 1 year to maybe 5 years. For example, I have a 5-year goal, and then I also have a 10-year goals that I want to achieve at the end of the day. So what is your best acceptable bottom? Dr. Kenneth Blanchard said, people who feel good about themselves produce good results. People who feel good about themselves, they do produce good results. So begin to feel good about yourself. Nobody's going to make you feel good if you don't feel good about yourself. You want good results? You have to start by feeling good about yourself. Set a BAB for each goal as appropriate. Then create written master checklist of your BABs. Why? Because people who break records keep records. People who break records keep records. And you cannot manage what you cannot measure. You need to measure first before you go ahead and try to manage anything. As you develop this checklist, break it down into small, measurable steps or tasks. And then don't just write down your checklist and stick it in a drawer. Keep it in front of your eyes daily. You can't do it all at once. So stick it in front of your eyes daily. Either it's at your desk, the place of work, when you sit down, you can be able to see this, or on your computer, type it and create a pop-in so that it pops up every now and then and you can be able to see that. Or in your car, put that there so that it reminds you of exactly what you want to do. But also, you can memorize that so that these particular things are always within you and you see yourself achieving these particular things. So it's not just enough to create a BAB, create a checklist, then break it into small, memorable, measurable things that you can be able to do one thing at a time. You know, I see people, you know, they resolve and say, I want to lose some weight this year. I want to lose some weight. And they go to the gym, you know, and maybe they want to lose their tummy. And they go to the gym and they work out for two weeks. And every day they go to the weighing scale and keep checking whether they have lost any weight. And in 2 weeks, they begin to complain and say, I think this is not working. My tummy, my body, I feel I'm not losing weight. No, you need to develop consistent. It needs to be a lifestyle if you're going to achieve anything in this life. Make it your lifestyle and forget about even, losing if it's that weight or achieving that particular thing. And slowly by slowly, you find yourself achieving it. Why? Because you have made it your lifestyle. It's not about 2 weeks. It's about consistency of 3 months and 6 months and 1 year and 2 years. And you find yourself in the next level. And then give yourself permission to win and don't back down. Give yourself permission to win. I think some of you need to give yourself permission to win. You've been through a lot of trouble, a lot of things that have kept discouraging you, and you wonder whether you can move to the reality of destiny. But when you get to a point where you give yourself permission to win, you will begin to win. You will begin to win indeed. So give yourself permission to win and don't back down. Eliana Roosevelt says the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. So what do you need to do? Keep moving. When you set your BAB, keep moving towards the direction of your goal. A story is told of 2 children who went to the clinic, and one of them was crying very loudly as he came out of the doctor's room. So the first child, got a mail and said, why are you crying, And the kid said, I came here for my blood test, and for my blood test, the doctor had to, prick my finger, had to put a needle in my finger, and blood had to come out, and it was painful. That's why I'm crying. And at that moment, the other kid who was asking also began to cry. And so this other kid who was crying asked, "And why are you also crying?" And the kid, in the midst of sobs, said, "I have come here for my urine test." According to him, he assumed that the same way a blood test is carried is the same way the urine test is carried. In this life, don't have assumption. Don't have assumption. Don't assume anything. Follow these steps. Set a BAB, a best acceptable bottom. Create a checklist and break them down into small measurable tasks and begin to hit the task one at a time without assumption. And slowly by slowly, you will look back and see that you have achieved your goals in life, or you are moving towards the direction of achieving your goal. Always a pleasure to bring you the broadcast Tuesday at 8 p.m. And we also have another Swahili broadcast every Thursday at 8:30 p.m. called Nasaa za Uongozi. I'll be glad for you to join us and learn a few words of Swahili even as we progress with that broadcast also. Please feel free to visit our website. Our website is passing through your screen. Look at the information that is passing on your screen. Our number is there. You can contact us. You can drop us an email, and we'll be more than glad to help you achieve your goals. We'll be more than glad to help you achieve your goal. You can join on our courses, the Professional Speakers course. We have it for 5 weeks, 3 days in a week, 6 to 8 p.m. and a lot of personal coaching program. Our new course, Mentality Change 101, based on my new book, Eradicating a Poverty Mentality, is not a cause to miss. Thank you very much. And let's continue engaging in this particular conversation. God bless you.